And before we wrap up this part of Sunday service, I want to tell you about something I'm starting to make plans for. I haven't executed it yet, but I'm kind of excited about it. So a lot of people think intuition is like this mysterious thing you either have or you don't. But a huge part of it is just learning how to notice behavior and trust what your body is already picking up. And one of the easiest ways to practice that is by watching other people's dynamics, but in a neutral way, like through movies and shows. So for my coaching clients, I'm going to start doing these really relaxed, watch with me. I used to call them, when I did them with my coaching clients that I met with in person, we used to call them dinner and a movie. Nothing fancy. Like, we'll watch something together and then pause when we need to, and I'll point out things like patterns or emotional tells, stuff your nervous system reacts to, but you might normally brush it off or like explain it away. It's not about judging characters or turning it into homework. It's more about training your intuition in a safe way where nothing is actually on the line, right? You can just watch the television rather than try to figure it out in real life situations. You get to see how people show you who they are without being emotionally attached to the outcome. Do you know what I mean? For now, I'm keeping it just within my group of coaching people, just because it's stuff we're already going to work on. Eventually, I might turn it into like its own thing for people who aren't coaching clients and just want to learn how to read situations and read people. But if you're one of my coaching clients, particularly that group that's on hold, I'm going to share more details with you soon. So if you're not, just know it's coming whenever the timing feels right. All right, that's it for this part of the Sunday service, because I had no time this week. So be gentle with yourselves this week and trust what you're noticing. You're probably not wrong. Okay, I'm going to sit here and see what we channel. Okay, I'm going to start by saying I want to speak to someone directly without calling them out, but there's someone that I just had a one-on-one with this week that I don't have them all the time with, though I'm going to. And I said to you that half the time I feel like I'm speaking directly to you in Sunday service. Okay, I feel that way again. Because there's this energy of like wanting to invest more of your time and energy into, some sort of thing you're doing on the side. And we discussed that. We discussed, you've got your job, quote unquote, and other things you're learning. And we talked about how you're going to eventually put all these other things you're learning together and create something your own. Remember that? We were talking about that? That's this energy. So I do feel like I'm talking maybe other people, but also specifically you. It's, paying more attention to the things that are things you're kind of like building and trying to create via different stepping stones. Remember, we were talking about like this will lead you to learning that, which will lead you to that, which will lead you to that, and then you put it all together. Okay, it's that. Just in that energy of like furthering your knowledge about stuff. There might be something, you might set some kind of, a lot of people set New Year's resolutions. There might be something about that. But there's some sort of unexpected change with it, or something that comes very unexpected. Hold on. Because now I'm getting some kind of unexpected communication, like somebody, I don't know, like out of nowhere, someone's trying to like strengthen some kind of bond, but they're showing it like this lines up together, this unexpected in what you're trying to learn and put together, and it's in side by side with this somebody reaching out and wanting to Like there's some sort of specific goal. And as you're setting this goal or as you're reaching this goal, somebody unexpectedly comes in and like, oh, now we want to like repair our connection. But I'm also getting like now is the perfect time to invest in what we're talking about, learning something, creating something of your own, putting your time and your energy into it. And we keep leaning over to this connection. I'm going to say romantic connection, and you know who you are. I'm talking to you. It's who we're always talking about. Now they want to heal things. Seeing justice, balancing justice. But also, I'm just going to say how it's coming through. Also, this person's trying to get themselves out of some kind of predicament. This could have to do with like finances or like finding a job. Maybe this isn't that person, because there's like something about somebody getting into, it keeps coming through as like a sticky situation. And they're trying to think of all the different avenues they could take. It's almost, how can I put this? This is just an example, but say, you know, you're about to do something, like risky, right? And you're thinking it through and you're like, okay, if I get caught, this could happen. And I could, like they're trying to think all of the different outcomes. But in relation to reaching out to you, they're like, I want to get back in contact with you, but if I call, maybe you won't answer, maybe you'll never open my text, or like they're trying to think of all the different outcomes, all the different ways it could go. Like they don't want to rejection, they don't want to blow to their ego. They're going over all the different ways it could go. Again, you could block me, or you could never even open my text, or maybe, we could talk and work things out and everything will be good again. Like they're going over all the different ways. Somebody's trying to figure out the best way to get the best outcome, or the best way to like get around being rejected, or trying to figure out what to say, what they need to give you. I keep, like my mind just keeps running through all the possible outcomes, especially if there was like a third party. There's something about I'm trying to get around something I did. I'm trying to get around it. So there's something about like there's a choice I made, and okay, I made this choice. I made my bed, I'm lying in it, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm not really content, or this isn't familiar. Like I want to go back to what's familiar. It's almost like they've spent time forcing themselves to kind of be in a situation because, well, that's the choice I made. I guess I'm stuck with this. You know what I mean? Like they've been faking it. I'm trying to put on a face. I'm fine. Yep, I made this choice. It's fine. And they're not fine. I keep getting that. I made my bed. I have to lie in it. And if, let me say, and if that means like they went off and dated somebody else, it's like they're not happy in that connection, but it's like, well, this is the choice I made. I guess I have to act like everything's fine, but they're not fine. I'm getting, I always thought the grass was greener. There's somebody who always thought the grass was greener on the other side. It was a situation. It was a situationship, not a relationship. It is not fulfilling. Something, how do I put this? So, okay, let's say whoever you are, say you were with somebody and things weren't going well, and so they chose to go to a different connection. Like, if that person had more money, or if you're like me and you're middle-aged and they went to somebody younger, like, it was a shallow decision, and they're like, well, I made my choice, you know, I guess I have to, and they're not happy at all. They're not happy at all. Again, it's like grass is always greener. I thought the grass would be greener with this person who had more money, or I thought the grass would be greener with this person who was younger, or, you know, wears designer stuff, or whatever the shallow reason was. I thought the grass was greener. Now I'm here. Now the grass is greener with you. Like, I don't, not saying you don't have money or you don't dress well. I'm just saying whatever shallow reason they sort of chose this other person is like, oh yeah, this is not what I thought it was. Like, now I want to be back with you. I'm hearing all that glitters isn't gold. I feel like I need to say for some people it'll fit differently. Like, maybe it wasn't a third party, but maybe it's just like, maybe it's not a romantic situation. It might be like someone created some kind of gossip. And what is this? They've gotten themselves in some kind of predicament. Where it's like, wherever this person finds themselves now, whoever they're around, they're realizing that, like, this isn't where I want to be. So if it were like a friend, a supposed friend, but then they kind of started talking junk about you and started hanging with this other group that was talking junk about you, and now they're realizing, oh, like, you are the real deal. I'm over here with these shallow people. Turns out they gossip about everybody. You know what I mean? Like, that. I always thought the grass was greener, and now I'm where I thought I wanted to be, and I know the grass is greener with you. Like, I don't know. They found themselves in, they don't like what they chose, and realizing they should have chose you is the theme of this. Now, how that plays out for you, like I said, could be a ex-partner, it could be a friend, it could be whoever, but like, now I realize you were the real deal. I should have stuck by you. Realizing the choice they made is like, it was to their own detriment, and it was better. They should have stuck by you. They're not happy where they are, and realizing like they were very immature. I feel like this is somebody who was secretive. Obviously, they were secretive if it was a friend talking junk about you, or if it was an ex that chose somebody else, or they were secretive. I'm hearing opportunist, like they were an opportunist. I'm sorry, I'm so winded. I'm so congested today, and I'm so winded. Whew. quiet here for a sec. And so now the message is like, whatever this person did, like it probably does hurt, right? If an ex chose somebody else, if someone you thought was your friend stabbed you in the back and gossiped about you, or started hanging with people who gossip about you, whatever, like it hurts. But the message is like, look at it and look how it helped you. Like it freed you. It freed you, and it may have taken a while to realize that, because it hurts when people do stuff to us. But like there's going to be a moment where you look back and you're like, oh, I am freer without carrying that load of that person. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're not really paying attention to how much freedom you actually got now. You're going to realize, like, at some point you're going to realize like that person was a burden, and they showed you who they really are, and now you're free of that. Something about choosing yourself, choosing some sort of freedom because of this. Okay, they did this to me, it hurt me, I had to cut ties, and now I'm like, oh, I am so much better off. Like they were a burden to me. But it's like for a while, all I could focus on was the pain of it, because like I had to start something over because of this. But there's starting over, even though it's hard, it's always a good thing. You know, I hate starting over, but once I've done it, I'm like, oh, things are so much better. Now that I had to let go of this person, or let go of this and like start over. It sucks when you're in it, but it always leads to something good. Like it's a chance for you to kind of start over and like get it right. You know what I mean? Like you get to move from like a toxic situation into something more aligned with you. And there might be something about like I had, because this person did this, again, I had to start over, but I had like this space to start over. Like I could, let's say it's somebody I lived with, and they cheated, or they went off with a third party, and it's like, well, now I got to move back in with my family, or I got to move in with my friend. And like it sucked in the moment, but it's like it moved me to a situation that's not toxic, where I could start over. You know, I hope that makes sense, because the focus is on like, no, this was actually a good thing. You know, it gave me the chance to start over. It gave them the perspective to see they were wrong and where they need to heal or fix things. Or like this was a good thing. It never feels good in the moment, but it ended up being a good thing, and like you're starting to see that. It's like something about like this happened, and somebody, you know, kind of opened the door to help you get back on your feet. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? But there, you know, we're in this, world where everybody's looking at social media, and it looks like everybody else's life is all perfect and figured out. Why isn't mine? That's bullshit. That's all a facade. Everybody is just trying to get through the day. Nobody has it together. Nobody. But I know, like, we kind of compare everything to, oh my gosh, they've got it all together. No, they're just presenting their best, you know, like everybody. There's something about whoever this is for, needing to know, like, starting over is a good thing. And this led to good things. Okay. I'm gonna wrap that up for whoever that is. Let's see if I get something for somebody else.